In the quiet village of Cedarville, there lived a humble woodcutter named Devansh. He shared a small, mud-walled house with his wife, Ishita. Every day, Devansh ventured into the whispering forest, chopping wood to sell at the market. Despite his relentless efforts, his earnings were barely enough for food or clothing. Festivals passed without celebration, and life felt like a series of struggles with no joy. One evening, as Devansh returned home exhausted, Ishita said gently, "Devansh, this life of cutting wood will never bring us happiness. Why not try the city? Perhaps you could earn more there, and we could live comfortably." Devansh shook his head, staring at the sunset through their small window. "I cannot leave Cedarville. Life is hard here, yes, but the city lacks peace. I want no comfort if it means losing this calm." After a meager dinner, Devansh prepared for the next day's work. Deep in the forest, he found a large tree that seemed perfect for chopping. But when he examined it, he realized it would yield only a single bundle of wood. Sighing, he tied it to his back and began the long walk to the market. At the market, he found no buyers. "No one wants this wood? Must I carry it all back?" he muttered. Just then, a kindly old merchant named Mr. Mehra appeared. "Devansh, how much for all this wood?" "10 coins, Devansh replied hesitantly. "I can only offer 5, said Mr. Mehra, smiling. "But come, eat something first." Devansh hesitated. "I cannot, sir. Then there will be none left for you." Mr. Mehra chuckled softly. "Do not worry. As long as I can, I share food with anyone in need." Grateful, Devansh sold the wood for 5 coins. Though it was less than he hoped, he felt thankful for the generosity he had encountered. Devansh continued this routine, delivering half of his wood to Mr. Mehra each day and keeping the rest to sell elsewhere. One day he ventured deeper into the forest than ever before. There, a massive branch hung precariously from a tree. As he tried to cut it, the branch snapped and fell, startling a sage who had been meditating in silence for over a century. "You fool! You have disturbed my meditation!" exclaimed the sage. Devansh bowed, terrified. "Please forgive me, revered one. I did not mean to disturb you. I only came to gather wood to survive." The sage, though initially angry, decided to test him. "Because you disrupted my meditation, I must curse you. You shall become a dog. Only by witnessing true selfless generosity and eating what remains of such acts can you regain your human form." Devansh, trembling, pleaded for guidance. The sage instructed, "Seek those who give from the heart. Eat the leftovers of their generosity. Only then will the curse weaken." The next morning, Devansh transformed into a dog. Though frightened, he remembered the sage's instructions and set out on his journey. His first stop was Mr. Mehra's house, where he found leftovers from the merchant's guests. Eating the scraps, Devansh felt half of his body return to human form. He knew he needed more examples of true generosity. In Silverbrook, a nearby town, he noticed an elderly man named Harish carrying water for travelers along a dusty road. Devansh, still a dog, approached him. The old man, seeing the hungry dog, gave him some food from his own meal. As he ate, Devansh felt almost fully human again. Devansh continued, encountering many selfless people. Naina, a young woman who fed stray animals before feeding herself. Kamala, a widow secretly paying for orphaned children's schooling. Raghav, a retired soldier quietly rebuilding homes for families in need. Each act of kindness brought him closer to breaking the curse. Finally, he returned to Cedarville, where he noticed a boy named Vihan collecting fallen fruits to feed hungry villagers. Watching Vihan's selfless work, Devansh realized that true generosity is measured not by wealth, but by the intent to help those in need.
Eating the small scraps left by Vihan, his transformation was complete. He was fully human again. Overjoyed, Devansh ran home to Ishita. "I've learned something extraordinary. True wealth is not in coins, but in the good we do for others. Happiness comes from giving, not receiving." From that day forward, Devansh and Ishita lived with a new purpose. They shared their meals, helped neighbors in need, and welcomed travelers into their home. Festivals became joyous celebrations, the village flourished, and Cedarville became a place of warmth and generosity. Though their possessions remained modest, their hearts were full. Devansh's journey had taught him the greatest truth. The joy of selfless giving surpasses all material wealth. Even a curse had become a blessing, showing him that helping others is the most valuable treasure anyone can possess. And so, Devansh, Ishita, and the villagers of Cedarville thrived, always remembering that true happiness comes from acts of kindness, not riches. Moral of the story is, true generosity is measured not by what we give, but the heart behind it. Selfless acts of kindness bring joy, fulfillment, and transformation far greater than any material wealth.